Welcome to Vision Academy. In this video, we are going to take a look on the full current affairs of the month November. Let us start with date 1st November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The state of Jammu and Kashmir has been bifurcated into two union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh with effect from 31st October. IAS officers Girish Chandra Murmu have been appointed the new Lieutenant Governor for the Union Territories of Jammu and Kashmir. Also, and R.K. Mathur has been appointed as the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh. Keys to remember, Jammu and Kashmir have been divided into two Union Territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh with effect from 31st October. The IAS officers Girish Chandra Murmu have been appointed as the new LG for Jammu and Kashmir and R.K. Mathur has been appointed as new LG for Ladakh. Related keys. This is due to the cancellation of Law 370 on August 5th. Ladakh capital Leh, Jammu and Kashmir capital Jammu winter, Srinagar summer. Next news. In a unique gesture to mark 550th birth anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Air India has depicted Sikh religious symbol Ek Onkar on the tail of its aircraft. The flight is set to fly from Stansted to Stansted in United Kingdom. Air India will fly its aircraft thrice a week on Mumbai-Amstel-Stansted route. Keys to remember. To commemorate 550th birth anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Air India have depicted the Sikh religious symbol Ek Onkar on the tail of its aircraft. Related keys. Air India CEO Pradeep Singh Karola. Air India founded on 15th October 1932. Air India headquarters Delhi. Next news. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh is to attend key meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization at Tashkent, Uzbekistan. He will also participate in the bilateral engagements with Uzbekistan government. The minister is to represent India in the meeting of Council of Heads of Government of SCO at Tashkent. Keys to remember. Our Defense Minister is to attend the key meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization held at Tashkent, Uzbekistan. Our Defense Minister will also participate in the bilateral engagements. Next, let us see international news updates. PM Modi will embark a 3-day visit to Thailand to participate in the ASEAN East Asia and RCEP Summit. In 2018, India has hosted Indo-ASEAN Summit commemorating its 25th anniversary, where all 10 Asian leaders participated. Keys to remember. Our Prime Minister will be in a 3-day visit to Thailand to participate in ASEAN East Asia and RCEP Summit. Related keys. Thailand capital Bangkok. Thailand currency Baht. Next, let us see science and tech updates. The researchers at the International Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad, said that the first ever Indian Brain Atlas has been created. They stated that the next step is to prepare atlases for different age groups to study age-related effects on brain anatomy. The average brain size of an Indian was smaller in height, width and volume in comparison to the people of Caucasian and Eastern races. Keys to remember. According to the research of IIT Hyderabad, first ever Indian Brain Atlas has been created. While compared to the people of Caucasian and Eastern races, our Indian brain is smaller in height, width and volume. Related keys. International Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad, founded on 1998. International Institute of Information Technology Hyderabad Director P.J. Narayanan. Next, let us see words of the day. Galvanize, shock or excite someone into taking action. Similar words. Jolt, shock, startle. Antonyms. Demotivate, discourage. Second word. Gentry, the most powerful member of a society. Similar words. Titled people, upper classes. Antonyms. Laboring classes, commoner. Next. Date 2nd November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Tamil Nadu has become the first state in the country to enact the law on contract farming with President Ramnath Kovind giving assent to the Agricultural Produce and Livestock Contract Farming and Services Act. The law would safeguard the interest of farmers when there is a bumper crop or during major fluctuations in market prices. Please to remember, Tamil Nadu has become the first state in India to enact the law of Agricultural Produce and Livestock Contract Farming and Services Act. Next news. For the first time, Arunachal Pradesh will host the multilingual writer meet at its oldest town, Pasigat in East Siang district. The two-day event will be held at the auditorium of the College of Horticulture and Forestry. Please to remember, Arunachal Pradesh is to host multilingual writers meet at East Siang district. Related case, Arunachal Pradesh capital Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu. Next, let us see international news updates. Pawan Kapoor, a 1990 batch Indian Foreign Service officer, took charge as the new ambassador to UAE. Ambassador Kapoor replaced Navdeep Singh Suri, who retired last month. During his last posting, Mr. Kapoor served as ambassador to Israel. Please to remember, Pawan Kapoor is appointed as the new ambassador to UAE. He will be replacing Navdeep Singh Suri, who have retired last month. Related case, UAE capital Abu Dhabi, UAE currency United Arab Emirates dirham. Next news, India will conduct its first ever military exercise with Uzbekistan in a 10-day session on counter-terrorism tactics. The exercise will be held at Chirchik training area, Uzbekistan between November 4th and November 13, 2019. Please to remember, India will conduct a military exercise with Uzbekistan for the first time from November 4th to November 13, 2019. Related case, Uzbekistan capital Tashkent, Uzbekistan currency Uzbekistani som. Next, let us see science and tech updates. The Archaeological Survey of India has discovered the remainings of huge settlement during its first phase of excavation at Godiprolu near Naidupeta, Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. It has uncovered a mass settlement that was surrounded by a massive brick enclosure. Keys to remember, the Archaeological Survey of India have discovered the huge settlement during its first phase of excavation at Godiprolu near Naidupeta, Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. Related keys, Andhra Pradesh founded 1st October 1953. Andhra Pradesh literacy rate 67.41%. Next, let us see words of the day. Hasten, move fast. Similar words, hurry, hurtle. Antonyms, delay, slow down. Next word, heed, pay close attention to. Similar words, notice, regard. Antonyms, disregard, ignore. Next, date 3rd November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Around 17 agreements were signed between India and Germany in the fields of agriculture, Ayurveda, yoga, maritime technology, and others. German Chancellor Angela Merkel, along with her team, signed the agreement with PM Modi and his cabinet. The German team, led by Chancellor, is on a 2-day visit to India. Keys to remember: India have signed 17 agreements with Germany in multiple fields. These agreements were signed by German Chancellor Angela Merkel and our Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Related keys: the TST, Department of Science and Technology, and German Federal Ministry of Education will organize a bilateral workshop in Berlin in 2020. Next news. A Supreme Court mandated panel EPCA has declared a public health emergency in the Delhi NCR region and banned all the construction activities till 5th November. In a letter written to the Chief Secretaries of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Delhi, EPCA Chairman Burilal said air quality in Delhi NCR in a severe category. Keys to remember: EPCA have declared the public health emergency in Delhi NCR due to a severe air pollution. This panel have banned the construction activities till 5th November. Related keys: in November 2017, EPCA had enforced several measures including ban on brake kilns, closure of Badarpur thermal power plant, hot mix plants and stone crushers and construction activities in NCR. Next news. The city of Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh held the title of the world's most polluted city in the latest edition of Guinness World Records. The book Guinness World Records 2020 lists thousands of new record titles and holders that will educate a curious readers of all age groups. Keys to remember: in the latest edition of Guinness World Records, the Uttar Pradesh city Kanpur have listed in the world's most polluted city. Related news: Uttar Pradesh literacy rate 67.68%. Uttar Pradesh Governor Anandiben Patel. Next, let us see international news updates. The 7th India-US Economic and Financial Partnership meeting was held in New Delhi. It was co-chaired by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and US Secretary Stephen T. Mnuchin. The leaders took efforts to improve mutual cooperation on a wide range of multilateral subjects. It included combating financing of terrorism and anti-money laundering. Keys to remember: the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and US Secretary Stephen T. Mnuchin have co-chaired in the 7th India-US Economic and Financial Partnership meeting held at New Delhi. Next, let us see science and tech updates. The robotic surgery facility was opened in Safdarjung Hospital, New Delhi. It is one of the biggest tertiary care referral center of India under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It caters to all poor patients for cancers like bladder cancer, kidney failure, kidney cancer from different parts of the country. Keys to remember: the Safdarjung Hospital of New Delhi have introduced the robotic surgery facility to cater all the poor patients for cancers like bladder cancer, kidney failure, kidney cancers. Related keys: Ministry of Health and Family Welfare formed on 1976. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Headquarters, New Delhi. Next, let us see words of the day. Hindrance: any obstruction that impedes. Similar words: barrier, block. Antonyms: assistance, encouragement, support. Next word, hinterland, a remote and undeveloped area. Similar words, the back of beyond, rural areas. Antonyms, urban areas, civilization. Next. Date, 4th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. A landmark container cargo consignment will sail on inland waterway from the Heldia Dock Complex, Kolkata to the Inland Waterways Authority of India terminal at Bandu in Guwahati. It is to begin on November 4th, 2019. The main objective of the waterway is to improve connectivity to the northeastern region. The containers will carry edible oil, petrochemicals, beverages, etc. Keys to remember. A landmark container cargo consignment will sail on inland waterway from the Heldia Dock Complex, Kolkata to the Inland Waterways Authority of India terminal at Bandu in Guwahati. It is to begin on November 4, 2019. Related keys. The voyage will sail for a 12 to 15 days. It is 1425 km long. It is expected to establish technical and commercial viability of the IWT Inland Waterway Transport Route. The waterway is to be integrated with National Waterway 1, River Ganga, National Waterway 97, Sundarbans, National Waterway 2, River Brahmaputra, Indo-Bangladesh Protocol Route. Next news. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu unveiled the Red Atlas Action Plan Map, Atlas and the Coastal Flood Warning System app for flood mitigation in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Both the Atlas and the CFLOWS Chennai are intended as decision support systems covering aspects including preparedness and prevention. Such initiatives to effectively tackle urban flooding are likely to be replicated in other Indian cities, including Mumbai, Maharashtra. Keys to remember. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu unveiled the Red Atlas Action Plan Map, Atlas and the Coastal Flood Warning System Act for flood mitigation in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Related keys. The CFLOWS Chennai is a complete web GIS based decision support system. It can be used both for mitigation planning operations before flooding as well as in real time to for aspects like relief work. Next news. On November 3rd, 2019, the Union Minister of State for Ayush inaugurated the National Research Institute of Unani Medicine for Skin Disorders. The institute was upgraded from Central Research Institute of Unani Medicine. Keys to remember. On November 3rd, 2019, the Union Minister of State for Ayush inaugurated the National Research Institute of Unani Medicine for Skin Disorders. Related keys. The concept of Ayush was brought by the National Rural Health Mission 2005 to revitalize local health traditions. Ayush includes 6 Indian systems of medicine that includes Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. Next, let us see international news updates. PM Modi on the sidelines of 35th ASEAN Summit and 14th East Asia Summit met the President of Indonesia H.E. Joko Widodo and the Thailand PM Prayut Chan-o-cha. The leaders discussed the threat to extremes and terrorism and agreed to work closely. The meeting on terrorism is important for India's interest in the Indo-Pacific region. Keys to remember. PM Modi on the sidelines of 35th ASEAN Summit
and 14th East Asia Summit met the President of Indonesia Haji Joko Widodo and the Thailand PM Prayut Chan-o-cha. The leaders discussed the threat to extremism and terrorism and agreed to work closely. Related keys. PM Modi discussed ways to enhance connectivity between the two countries in the areas of digital connectivity and physical connectivity. India and Thailand are close maritime neighbors. India's Act East policy is complemented by the Thailand's Look West policy as that of Indonesia. Next news. Vikyanika is the international science literature festival that is organized as a part of 5th India International Science Festival at Kolkata. It also features a science book fair where more than 30 publishers are to display their scientific publications. Keys to remember. Vikyanika is the international science literature festival that is organized as a part of 5th India International Science Festival at Kolkata. Related keys. Vikyanika is an annual event organized by Ministry of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences. It is coordinated by the National Institute of Science Communication and Information Resources, Vigyan Bharati and Vigyan Prasar. Next, let us see sports news updates. Novak Djokovic defeated Sabola 6-3, 6-4 in the final of the Paris Masters Open Tennis Series to clinch the championship title. Serbia's Novak Djokovic confronts Tennis Sabola of Canada, the world's leading star in today's men's singles final. This is the 5th time that Serbia's Novak Djokovic has been crowned championship in the Paris Masters Open. Keys to remember. Novak Djokovic defeated Sabola 6-3, 6-4 in the final of the Paris Masters Open Tennis Series to clinch the championship title. Related keys. The Masters Open Tennis Series is taking place in the French capital Paris. Novak Djokovic had won championships in 2009, 2013, 2014 and 2015. Next, let us see words of the day. Afflicted, one who is troubled. Distressed, pained. Synonym, agreed, depressed. Antonym, comforted, assisted, aided. Next words. Reiterate. Say something again or a number of times, typically for emphasis or clarity. Synonym, repeat, retell. Antonym, take back, cease, hide, ignore.
Next.
Date 5th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman launched a new IT initiative called ICETASH for improved monitoring and pace of customs clearance of imported goods. ICETASH would be key drivers for further improvement in customs, especially as it would reduce interface and increase transparency of customs functioning. Keys to remember. Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman launched a new IT initiative called ICETASH for improved monitoring and pace of customs clearance of imported goods. Related keys. ICETASH and ATIDHI are expected to be key drivers for further improvement. ATIDHI would create a tech-savvy image of India customs. It also aims to encourage tourism and business travel to India. Next, let us see international news update. India and Uzbekistan signed Memorandum of Understandings for enhancing bilateral cooperation in fields of military medicine and military education between the armed forces of the two countries. The MOUs were signed during the 3 days visit by Defence Minister of India Rajnath Singh to Tashkent from 1 to 3 November 2019. This was the first visit by an Indian Defence Minister to Uzbekistan in nearly 15 years. Please to remember, India and Uzbekistan signed Memorandum of Understanding for enhancing bilateral cooperation in fields of military medicine and military education between the armed forces of the two countries. Next, let us see Science and Tech updates. The Ministry of Science and Technology is organizing a Science and Technology Media Conclave. The first will be held at India International Science Festival 2019 in Kolkata on 6th to 7th November 2019. The media conclave will be inaugurated by the Chairman of Prasar Bharati, Sri K. Shuri Prakash and Dr. Vijay P. Bhatkar, President, Vigyan Bharati. Please to remember, the Ministry of Science and Technology is organizing a Science and Technology Media Conclave. The first will be held at India International Science Festival 2019 in Kolkata on 6th to 7th November 2019. Related keys. The conference is aimed to bring together science and environment journalists from India and abroad. Next, let us see awards. The 27-year-old Madhuri Vijay has won the JCB Prize for Literature 2019 for her debut novel, The Fair Field. She has been selected from a short list featuring novels from 5 accomplished writers. She is also a recipient of Penfield Prize and the Pushkar Prize. Please to remember, the 27-year-old Madhuri Vijay has won the JSP Prize for Literature 2019 for her debut novel, The Fair Field. She has been selected from a short list featuring novels from 5 accomplished writers. Related keys. It is an annual Indian Literary Award founded in 2018. It is the richest literary hardware in the country. Next, let us see important days. World Tsunami Awareness Day is observed globally on 5th November 2019. The day was observed to raise tsunami awareness and share innovative approaches to risk reduction. The 2019 World Tsunami Awareness Day focuses on promoting targets on the 7 Days 7 campaign. It focuses on reducing disaster, damage to critical infrastructure and the disruption of basic services. Please to remember, World Tsunami Awareness Day is observed globally on 5th November 2019. The day was observed to raise tsunami awareness and share innovative approaches to risk reduction. Related keys. In December 2015, the United Nations General Assembly marked 5th November as World Tsunami Awareness Day. Next, let us see words of the day. Imbroglio and extremely confused. Similar words: complication, predicament, antonyms: simplicity, easy, agreement. Next words: dismantling, take a piece. Similar words: deconstruct, disassemble. Antonyms: build, construct.
Next, date 6th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The 19th India-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Military and Military Technical Cooperation starting in Moscow, which will be co-chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. During his visit, Defence Minister is expected to hold discussion with Defence Minister of Russian Federation General Sergei Shoigu. He is to remember, our Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will be co-chaired in 19th India-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Military and Military Technical Cooperation. Related news: Russia ranks first in the field of military technical cooperation between India and foreign countries. Military technical cooperation between India and Russia as the successor of USSR has been going on since 1960. Next news: the 5th India International Science Festival IISF is being held in Kolkata, West Bengal from 5th to 8th November 2019. The 4-day festival was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi via video conference. IISF 2019 theme: Reason, Research, Innovation and Science Empowering of Nation. Keys to remember: the 5th India International Science Festival is being held at Kolkata, West Bengal from 5th to 8th November 2019. The theme of the festival is Reason, Research, Innovation and Science Empowering of Nation. Related case: the IISF was started in 2015 to promote science and technology by showing everyone how STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. The first ever IISF was held at IIT Delhi in December 2015. Next, let us see international news. US-Bangladesh Navy exercise named Cooperation Afloat Readiness and Training CARET 2019 second phase started at Chattogram. CARET is considered as one of the US Navy's longest and continuous running exercise in South Asia and Southeast Asia. Yam Makbul Hussain was present as the chief guest in the opening ceremony. He is an Assistant Chief of Naval Staff Operations, Bangladesh Navy Rear Admiral. Keys to remember: the Navy exercise between US and Bangladesh named Cooperation Afloat Readiness and Training 2019 have started at Chattogram. Related keys: in 2010, Cambodia and Bangladesh became the first CARET participant to join the exercise since 1995. Next, let us see science and tech updates. The Defense Research Development Organization Igniter Complex was inaugurated at High Energy Material Research Laboratory, Pune. The main purpose of the laboratory is to design, process, evaluate, ignition system for any kind of DRDO projects. Please to remember, DRDO inaugurated an igniter complex at Pune. Next, let us see sports news updates. For the 8th time in his career, Rafael Nadal is back to the number 1 position in ATP ranking. The Spaniard goes up 1 position to take over Novak Djokovic. Since Novak Djokovic loses the points that he won a year ago in London when Nadal was absent, he slips down in the ranking. Keys to remember: Rafael Nadal is back to number 1 position in the ATP ranking. This is the 8th time he was spotted in the world's number 1 position. Related keys: the ATP began as the men's trade union in 1972. The ATP first ranking for the singles were published on 23rd August 1973, while the doubles player were ranked for the first time on 1st March 1976. Next, let us see words of the day. Haggle, dispute persistently, especially over the cost of something. Similar words: negotiate, bargain. Antonyms: agree, conquer, comply. Next word: hapless, unfortunate and deserving pity. Similar words: unfortunate, unlucky. Antonyms: lucky, fortunate. Next, date 7th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. The Freedom of Net Report 2019, titled The Crisis of Social Media, was released by the Freedom House, an international watchdog. The report recorded an overall decline in global internet freedom status between July 2018 to May 2019. In this report, India obtained an overall score of 55 and was reported to be partly free. Iceland ranked the highest with an overall score of 95. Keys to remember: the Freedom House, an international watchdog, have released Freedom of Net Report 2019, titled The Crisis of Social Media. According to the report, India is partly free with the score of 55, where Iceland tops the position with overall score of 95. Next news: the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has allotted separate HS code for signature fabric of India. HS stands for Harmonized System and was developed by World Custom Organization. The code is used by custom officers to clear commodities entering or crossing international border. Keys to remember: the Ministry of Commerce and Industries have allotted the separate harmonized system for signature fabric of India. This HS is developed by World Custom Organization. Related keys: Ministry of Commerce and Industry Headquarters, New Delhi, Ministry of Commerce and Industry Agency Executive, Piyush Goyal, Cabinet Minister, Hardeep Singh Puri, Minister of State. Next news: Directorate General of Training under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship announced the launch of Skill Build platform in collaboration with IBM. As a part of this program, a 2-year advanced diploma in IT, networking and cloud computing, co-created and designed by IBM, will be offered at the Industrial Training Institutes (ITIs) and National Skill Training Institutes. Keys to remember: the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, in collaboration with IBM, have announced the launch of new Skill Build platform. Related keys: Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, founded on 9th November 2014. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Headquarters, New Delhi. Next, let us see international news updates. Italy will next year become the world's first country to make it compulsory for school children to study climate change and sustainable development. All state schools would dedicate 33 hours per year, almost 1 hour per school week, to climate change issue from the start of next academic year in September. Many traditional subjects such as geography, mathematics, and physics would also be studied from the perspective of sustainable development. Keys to remember: Italy has become the first country in the world to make compulsory education for school children on climate change and sustainable development. Related keys: Italy capital, Rome. Italy currency, Euro. Next, let us see appointments. P.S. Sridharan Pillai has assumed the office of Governor of Mizoram. Mr. Pillai took oath of the office in a swearing ceremony held at Raj Bhavan in Aizawl. The Chief Justice Ajay Lamba administered the oath. Keys to remember: P.S. Sridharan Pillai has been appointed as the Governor of Mizoram. He took oath in Raj Bhavan in the administration of Chief Justice Ajay Lamba. Related keys: Mizoram capital Aizel, Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramtanga. Next, let us see words of the day. Intrinsic, belonging, naturally, essential. Similar words: inherent, innate. Antonyms: extrinsic, acquired. Second word: inertia, a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. Similar words: inactive, apathy. Antonyms: active, energetic. Next, date 8th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. National School of Drama NSD to organize the 11th edition of Bal Sangam, which will begin from 9th of this month at New Delhi. It is a confluence of folk and traditional art forms which will be performed by children. It is a 4-day festival that will showcase enthralling folk and traditional art performance. Keys to remember: the 11th edition of Bal Sangam will be organized by National School of Drama. This event will begin from 9th November at New Delhi. Related keys: National School of Drama established 1959. National School of Drama Director Suresh Sharma. Next news: the Indian Coast Guard conducted the regional level search and rescue workshop and exercise 2019. This exercise was conducted to check the preparedness and response measures for the search and rescue at sea in coordinated manner. The 2-day event was organized by Coast Guard District Headquarters 11 Goa to test efficiency and preparedness of Indian Coast Guard. Regional level search and rescue workshop and exercise 2019 was conducted by Indian Coast Guard. This exercise is to check the preparedness and response measures for the search and rescue at sea. Related keys: Goa capital Panaji, Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant. Next news: on November 7, 2019, Government of India announced the establishment of Rs 25,000 crore fund for home buyers whose money is stuck in stalled projects. According to the Ministry of Finance, there are over 1,600 such projects comprising of 4.58 lakh housing units across the country. Keys to remember: our Indian government have announced 25,000 crore fund for home buyers whose money is stuck in stalled projects. Related keys: Ministry of Finance, founded on 29th October 1946. Ministry of Finance, Headquarters, New Delhi. Next news: the NASSCOM report on Indian tech startup ecosystem said that India continues to the third largest startup ecosystem after China and US. India has added more than 1,300 tech startups in 2019, according to the report. Between January to September in 2019, there are 8,900 to 9,300 startups as compared to 7,700 to 8,200 last year. Keys to remember: according to the report of NASSCOM Startup Ecosystem, India stays in the third position after China and US. In India, there are more than 1,300 startups were started in 2019. Related news: NASSCOM is a national association of software and services companies. It is a non-profitable trade association of Indian IT and BPO industries. Next, let us see appointments. Arvind Singh, IAS officer of 1988 batch Maharashtra cadre, took over as the chairman of Airport Authority of India. On his first day, Singh interacted with board members and senior officials at AAI's corporate headquarters, Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan, New Delhi. Singh, in his previous assignment, was Additional Chief Secretary in Maharashtra government. Keys to remember: Arvind Singh, IAS officer of 1988 batch, is appointed as the Chairman of Airports Authority of India. Related keys: Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, Maharashtra capital Mumbai. Next, let us see awards. Venu Srinivasan, Chairman of TVS Motor Company, and Sundaram Clayton was conferred with prestigious Deming Distinguished Service Award for dissemination and promotion overseas. The Deming Prize is the highest award for TQM in the world. Keys to remember: the chairman of TVS Motors and Sundaram Clayton, Venu Srinivasan, was conferred with prestigious Deming Distinguished Service Award. Next, let us see words of the day. Inception, the establishment or starting point of an institution or activity. Similar words: foundation, formation. Antonyms: end, finalized. Next word: indigenous, originating where it is found. Similar words: native, local. Antonyms: expatriate, migrate. Next, date 9th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The Reserve Bank has imposed a fine of Rs 5 lakh on prepaid payment instrument Oxygen Services. The RBI reported that the move was taken in the exercise of powers vested under the Section 30 of the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007 for non-compliance of regulatory guidelines. Oxygen Services facilitates payment processing and money transfer services. Keys to remember: RBI have penalized Rs 5 lakh on prepaid payment instrument Oxygen Services. Related keys: Oxygen Services Headquarters, Gurugram. Oxygen Services Executive Director Sunil Kulkarni. Next news: Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a 2-day visit to Brazil from 13th of this month to attend the 11th BRICS Summit in Brasilia. The theme of this year's summit is Economic Growth for an Innovative Future. Keys to remember: our Prime Minister will be on 2-day visit to Brazil to participate in the 11th BRICS Summit. The theme of this summit is Economic Growth for an Innovative Future. Related keys: BRICS is an acronym coined for an association of 5 major emerging national economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Originally, first 4 were grouped as BRIC before the induction of South Africa in 2010. Next news: the National Steel Policy that was released on November 8, 2019 aims at developing globally competitive steel industry. It aims at creating 300 million tons of steel per annum by 2030. The policy was released by Ministry of Steel. Keys to remember: the Ministry of Steel have released a policy on November 8th aims that it should produce 300 million tons of steel per annum by 2030. Related keys: Ministry of Steel Headquarters, New Delhi. Ministry of Steel Annual Budget 47.90 crore. Next, let us see international news updates. The Georgetown University's Institute for Women, Peace and Security has released its second report on Women, Peace and Security Index. The new 2019 report ranks 167 countries for women based on 3 indicators: inclusion, justice, and security. India, on the whole, is ranked at 133rd out of 167 countries with an index score of 0.625. Keys to remember: the Georgetown University's Institute for Women, Peace and Security has released the report for 2019. According to the report, India ranked at 133rd out of 167 countries. Related news: Georgetown University's Institute for Women, Peace, Security founded on 2011. Georgetown University's Institute for Women, Peace and Security organized by the late Carol J. Lancaster. Next, let us see sports news updates. Rohit Sharma has become the first Indian man and second in the world cricket to complete 100 T20 internationals. He reached the milestone when he led the team in the second match against Bangladesh at Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium, Gujarat. Shoaib Malik, with 111 games from Pakistan, is the only player to have played more than 100 T20 internationals. Keys to remember: Rohit Sharma has become the second in the world cricket to complete 100 T20 internationals after Shoaib Malik. He is the first Indian man to complete 100 T20 internationals. Next, let us see words of the day. Jurisprudence, the collection of rules imposed by authority. Similar words: securities law, legal philosophy. Antonyms: misconception. Next word: languish, lose or lack vitality, grow weak. Similar words: weaken, deteriorate, decline. Antonyms: thrive, flourish. Next, date 10th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Union Minister for Communications and Information Technology Ravi Shankar Prasad announced that the government will set up 1 lakh digital villages in the country in the coming years. He said around 800 such villages are already operational on pilot basis. Keys to remember: the Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad have reported that government is planning to set up around 1 lakh digital villages in the country. Related keys: Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Headquarters, New Delhi. Ministry of Communication and Information Technology founded on 19th July 2016. Next news: KGB has launched mobile ATMs in Kalapurangi among several other districts in Karnataka. The special vehicle include an ATM and a screen to show videos of different banking schemes. The mobile ATM will go to the doorstep of farmers and make them aware of banking schemes and digital operating systems. Keys to remember: mobile ATMs were launched by KGB in Kalapuragi, Karnataka. This mobile ATM will go to the farmer's doorstep and make them aware of banking schemes and digital operating systems. Related keys: Karnataka Chief Minister V.S. Yediyurappa. Karnataka literacy 75.36%. Next, let us see international news updates. Indian Ocean Rim Association meeting was held in Abu Dhabi, UAE. The Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan led the Indian delegation to attend the 19th IORA Council of Ministers meeting. The theme is Promoting a Shared Destiny and Path to Prosperity in the Indian Ocean. Keys to remember: V. Muralidharan, the Minister of State for External Affairs, have led the Indian delegation to attend the 19th Indian Ocean Rim Association, which was held in Abu Dhabi. Related keys: Indian Ocean Rim Association Headquarters, Ebin, Mauritius. Indian Ocean Rim Association founded on 7th March 1997. Next, let us see banking news updates. Public sector Indian Bank has signed a memorandum of understanding with Muthoot Microfinance to serve micro, small and medium enterprises. Under the memorandum of understanding, the bank and the non-banking finance company will jointly lend to the MSME borrowers. Keys to remember: Indian Bank and Muthoot Microfinance have signed a memorandum of understanding to serve micro, small and medium enterprises. Related keys: Indian Bank Headquarters, Chennai. Indian Bank CEO, Batmaja Chandru. Next, let us see awards. Shanta Gokhale, writer, translator and film critic, was conferred with the Tata Literature Lifetime Achievement Award for 2019. Gokhale, born in 1939 in the town of Dahanu in Maharashtra. She recently published her work, One Foot on the Ground, A Life Told Through the Body. She received Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 2015. Keys to remember: Shanta Gokhale was conferred with the Tata Literature Lifetime Achievement Award for 2019. Related keys: Lifetime Achievement Awards First Award 1962. Lifetime Achievement Award is awarded for performers who, during their lifetimes, have made a creative contribution of outstanding artistic significance to the field of recordings. Important days: World Science Day for Peace and Development is celebrated every year on November 10th. World Science Day for Peace and Development works towards keeping people informed about the developments in the science. The World Science Day theme for this year is Open Science, Leaving No One Behind. Keys to remember: World Science Day for Peace and Development is celebrated on November 10th every year. 2019 theme: Open Science, Leaving No One Behind. Next, let us see words of the day. Leisure, time when one is not working or occupied, free time. Similar words: spare time, idle hours. Antonyms: work, busy. Next word: lurk, remain hidden so as to wait in ambush for someone or something. Similar words: skulk, loiter, lie in wait. Antonyms: raise, emerge. Next, date 11th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Ministry of Defence is organizing the Deaf Connect event on November 11, 2019. The main objective of the event is to showcase the accomplishment of IDEX innovations for defense excellence. The IDEX portal and the DISC Defense India Startup Challenges are to be launched during the event. More than 350 startups are to participate in the event. Keys to remember: on November 11th, Ministry of Defence is organizing Deaf Connect event. Around 350 startups are to participate in the event. Related keys: IDEX was introduced in 2018 by the Ministry of Defence. IDEX initiative aims at creating an ecosystem that will encourage technology development in the defense sector. Next news: Minister of Petroleum, Natural Gas and Steel, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan will represent India at the RRB Abu Dhabi International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference between November 10 to 12, 2019. As a part of the workshop, India will conduct a roadshow to attract foreign investment, especially in the field of oil and gas. Keys to remember: Shri Dharmendra Pradhan is representing India at ADIPEC Abu Dhabi International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference held between November 10th to 12th. Related keys: ADIPEC is one of the most influential global conferences in the field of oil and gas. More than 145,000 delegates from all over the world are to attend the conference. Next news. The fifth edition of GES 2019 is being held from 26th to 28th November 2019 in Bengaluru, Karnataka. It is an attempt towards escalating the Indian services bar in the global arena by exploring 12 champion services sectors, encompassing participation from 100 countries and hosting sector-specific knowledge session. India is looking to attract investment and partnership in various strategic areas. Keys to remember. The fifth edition of GES 2019 will be held at Bengaluru on 26th to 28th November. Through this summit, India is expecting to attract the investment and partnerships. Next news. Furthering the Government of India's commitment in promoting the use of environmentally friendly products, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has given environment clearance to Indian Oil Corporation Limited to set up new 2G ethanol plant at Panipat. Keys to remember. Indian Oil Corporation Limited have got the environment clearance from Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to set up a new 2G ethanol plant at Panipat. Related keys. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change formed 1985. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Headquarters, New Delhi. Next, let us see important days. National Education Day of India is celebrated on 11th November every year. This day is celebrated to commemorate the birth anniversary of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, the first Education Minister of Independent India. Keys to remember. November 11th is celebrated as National Education Day. Next, let us see words of the day. Kiosk, a booth from which newspapers, tickets, etc. are sold. Similar words: booth, stall, counter. Antonyms: mansion, supermarket. Next word, knoll, a small natural hill. Similar words: hillock, mound, raise. Antonyms: decline, depression. Next.
Date 12th November 2019. Let us begin with international news updates. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Brazil on November 13 and 14 to attend 11th BRICS Summit. BRICS bring together 5 major emerging economies comprising 42% of the world's population, having 23% of the global GDP and around 17% of the share and world trade. During this visit, Prime Minister Modi will meet with Russian Adip Vladimir Putin and China's Adip Xi Jinping separately and hold bilateral talks. Keys to remember. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Brazil on November 13 and 14 to attend 11th BRICS Summit. BRICS bring together 5 major emerging economies comprising 42% of the world's population, having 23% of the global GDP and around 17% of the share and world trade. Related keys. This year's BRICS Summit will be held on the theme Economic Development for the Time. This is the 6th time Prime Minister Modi will attend the BRICS Summit. Next, let us see science and tech updates. An ISRO-developed prototype solar power generator will be sent by the US Space Agency NASA to the International Space Station. Ben Gurion University in southern Israel announced on Monday. The new generator offers a major step forward for private commercial space missions. as the private space market is a rapidly growing billion-dollar industry with dozens of corporate players, according to the university. Keys to remember: an Israel-developed prototype solar power generator will be sent by the US Space Agency NASA to the International Space Station. Ben Gurion University in southern Israel announced on Monday. Related keys: the new generator was developed at PGU by Jeffrey Gordon. This first generation prototype is less than 1.7 millimeters thick with solar cells only 0.65 millimeters on a side. Next, let us see sports news updates. Former Australian all-rounder Shane Watson has been appointed as the president of Australian Cricket Association. He was appointed as the head of the association during the annual general meeting in Sydney. Watson is now a part of an extended 10-person board, which includes 3 new appointments: current Australian players Pat Cummins and Christine Weems, and former Australian cricketer Lisa Slager. Keys to remember: former Australian all-rounder Shane Watson has been appointed as the president of Australian Cricketers Association. He was appointed as the head of the association during the annual general meeting in Sydney. Related keys: Shane Watson, initial president and elected director. Next, let us see appointments. Former Prime Minister and current Rajya Sabha member Manmohan Singh has been appointed as a member of Parliament Standing Committee on Finance. Congress has appointed senior leader Dick Vijay Singh as a member of the Urban Development Parliamentary Standing Committee. Keys to remember: former Prime Minister and current Rajya Sabha member Manmohan Singh has been appointed as a member of Parliament Standing Committee on Finance. Related keys: Rajya Sabha Chief Venkaiah Naidu has appointed Manmohan Singh as a member of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance. Next, let us see obituary. Former Chief Election Commissioner Tirunellai Narayana Sesha died of cardiac arrest on Sunday. Prominent personalities from across the country, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, took to Twitter to express grief over Sheshan's death. A recipient of the prestigious Raymond Magsaysay Award, Sheshan introduced key reforms in India's electoral process during his tenure in the 19th. Keys to remember: former Chief Election Commissioner Tirunellai Narayana Sesha died of cardiac arrest on Sunday. Prominent personalities from across the country, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah, took to Twitter to express grief over Sheshan's death. Related keys: he was the Chief Election Commissioner of India from 1990 to 1996. Next, let us see words of the day. Nugatory: no value or importance. Similar words: valueless, trivial. Antonyms: important, successful. Next words: tactile, perceptible by touch or apparently so. Similar words: palpable, touchable. Antonyms: abstract, spiritual.
Next, date 13th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The Gujarat government gave its approval for the compressed natural gas terminal in Bhavnagar with a proposed investment of rupees 1,900 crore. A state government release said the facility approval for which was given by the Gujarat Infrastructure Development Board headed by Chief Minister Vijay Rupani would be world's first CNG port terminal. Keys to remember: compressed natural gas terminal have got approval from Gujarat government. This port terminal is to be set up in Bhavnagar of Gujarat with the investment of rupees 1900 crore. Related keys: Gujarat capital Gandhinagar, Gujarat Governor Acharya Devrat. The Government of India has given approval for setting up 4 medical device parks with a view to support Make in India initiative and provide world-class product at an affordable price for treatment. The 4 parks will be set up in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. These parks will provide the necessary infrastructure where companies can easily plug and play. Keys to remember: our Indian government have gave approval for setting up 4 medical device park in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Next, let us see international news updates. Sri Lanka has become the first South Asian nation to criminalize several offences related to match fixing as its parliament passed all 3 readings of a bill labelled Prevention of Offences Related to Sports. If a person is found guilty of committing an offence related to corruption in sports, then he may find himself jailed for a term up to 10 years and he will also be required to pay various fines. Keys to remember: Sri Lanka have criminalized the several offences related to match fixing in sports. Sri Lanka is the first state in South Asian nation to criminalize such activities. This comes under the bill labelled Prevention of Offences Related to Sports. Sri Lanka President Maithripala Sirisena, Sri Lanka capital Sri Jayawardhanipura Court. Next, let us see science and tech updates. Dhruv Prajapati, a junior researcher with the Gujarat Ecological Education and Research Foundation, discovered 2 new species of spider and named one after Sachin Tendulkar and the other after Saint Kuriakose Elas Chavara, who played a key role in creating awareness on education in Kerala. Keys to remember: new 2 species of spider was discovered by Dhruv Prajapati, a junior researcher with the Gujarat Ecological Education and Research Foundation. He named one spider after Sachin Tendulkar and another after Saint Kuriakose Elas Chavara. Related keys: Gujarat Ecological Education and Research Foundation, set up in 1982. The foundation is governed by a board of governors chaired by Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat. Next, let us see appointments. Mohammad Imran has been appointed as the new High Commissioner of Bangladesh to India. Currently, he serves as Bangladesh's ambassador to the United Arab Emirates. He succeeds Said Muazzam Ali. Keys to remember: Mohammad Imran has appointed as the new High Commissioner of Bangladesh to India. He succeeds Said Muazzam Ali. Related keys: Mohammad Imran belongs to the 1986 batch of Bangladesh Civil Service Foreign Affairs cadre. Next, date 14th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Several countries, including Australia, Iran, UK, and Vietnam, will participate in the 14-day India International Trade Fair 2019, beginning in New Delhi. The theme for the 39th edition of the fair is Ease of Doing Business, inspired by India's unique achievement of rising to the 63rd rank on the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index from 142nd rank in 2014. Keys to remember: the 39th edition of India International Trade Fair 2019 held at New Delhi from November 14 to 27, 2019 with the theme Ease of Doing Business. Related keys: India International Trade Fair 2018 held from 14th November to 27th November. India International Trade Fair 2018 theme Enterprises from Rural India. Next news, Haryana government led by Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has constituted an economic advisory council to promote industries in the state. The council will also address issues related to various issues and policies of economic development. Keys to remember: Haryana Chief Minister have constituted an Economic Advisory Council to promote industries in Haryana. Related keys: Haryana Governor Satyadev Narayan Arya, Haryana Capital Chandigarh. Next news. According to the data released by Central Electricity Authority, the electricity demand of the country fell by 13% in October 2019 as compared to October 2018. This is the lowest in 12 years. Electricity demand of the country was 98 billion units in October 2019 as against 112 billion units in October 2018. Keys to remember: the Central Electricity Authority of the country have reported electricity demand of the country fell by 13% in October 2019. The electricity demand of October 2019 was 98 billion units, while October 2018 demand was 112 billion units. Related keys: power demands of the states. Madhya Pradesh declined by 26%, Karnataka declined by 25%, Maharashtra declined by 22%, Gujarat by 19%, Telangana by 16%, and Andhra Pradesh by 16%. Next news. With the help of PF 43 million USD from the United Nations Development Programme, India has begun the project that will positively impact over 10 million people living on the coastlines. The fund ought to be obtained from Green Climate Fund that was established by United Nations Convention on Climate Change. The objective of the fund is to assist developing countries. Keys to remember: with the help of United Nations Development Programme, India has begun the project which would positively impact the people living on the coastlines. Related keys: United Nations Development Programme founded on 22nd November 1965. United Nations Development Programme Headquarters, New York, United States. Next, let us see international news updates. The first edition of Dhaka Global Dialogue was held from 11th to 13th November 2019 in Bangladesh. The 3-day-long program was inaugurated by Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. Keys to remember: the first edition of Dhaka Global Dialogue was held from 11th to 13th November 2019 in Bangladesh. Related keys: Bangladesh annually loses nearly 2% of its GDP due to climate change issues. Principle of Bangladesh's foreign policy remains friends to all, malice to none. Next, let us see appointments. The incumbent Prime Minister of Mauritius, Pravind Jugnauth, was sworn for the 5-year term after the election in which his coalition consolidated its grip on parliament. His swearing in took place at the residence of President Berlin Viapuri. Keys to remember: Pravind Jugnauth was sworn as the Prime Minister of Mauritius for the next 5-year term. Next, let us see important days. World Diabetics Day is observed on November 14 every year. Theme of 2019: Family and Diabetics. Keys to remember: November 14th is observed as World Diabetics Day. Next news. Children's Day is celebrated across India on 14th November every year as a tribute to India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Children's Day is celebrated on 14th November every year. Next, let us see words of the day. Macabre, disturbing because concerned with or causing a fear of death. Similar words. Ghoulish, gruesome. Antonyms: agreeable, appealing, attractive. Next word. Maim, injure or wound seriously so that part of the body is permanently damaged. Similar words. Hurt, disable. Antonyms: cure, heal, rehabilitate. Next. Date 15th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. On 14th November, Assam State Commission for Protection of Child Rights is coming up with a mobile application named Sishu Suraksha. The app will be launched on the occasion of Children's Day. The purpose of the app is to empower citizens to take a moral responsibility of protecting children and complaints against child right violations. Keys to remember: Assam State Commission for Protection of Child Rights have launched a new app on 14th November named Sishu Suraksha. The purpose of this application is to empower citizens to take a responsibility of protecting children and complaints against child violation. Related keys: Assam capital Dispur, Assam literacy rate 72.19%. Next news: Uttar Pradesh government has launched a dedicated web portal and a mobile application, e-Ghana app, for sugarcane farmers of the state. Cane supplier slip will now be issued to the farmers by sugar mill online. The portal and the app will ensure transparency in process of getting slips and facilitate sugarcane supply by farmers to mills and check irregularities. Keys to remember: a web portal and mobile application named e-Ghana app is launched by the Uttar Pradesh government for sugarcane farmers of the state. This app will ensure the transparency in the process of getting slip and facilitate sugarcane supply. Related keys: Uttar Pradesh capital Lucknow. Uttar Pradesh is the most populous state in India. Next news: the Ministry of Ayush is organizing the International Conference on Yoga on 15th to 16th November 2019 at Mysuru, Karnataka. The Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri B.S. Yediyurappa, will inaugurate the two-day conference on 15th November 2019 in the presence of Union Minister of State for Ayush and Defence, Shri Shripad Yasho Nayak. Theme of the conference is Yoga for Heart Care. Keys to remember: B.S. Yediyurappa, Chief Minister of Karnataka, will be launching the International Conference on Yoga on 15th to 16th November 2019 at Mysuru, Karnataka. This conference is organized by Ministry of Ayush. The theme of the conference is Yoga for Heart Care. Related keys: Ministry of Ayush, founded on 9th November 2014. Ministry of Ayush, headquarters, New Delhi. Next, let us see international news updates. India has received the first prize at BRICS Young Scientist Forum's conclave in Brazil. The fourth conclave was held in Brazil from 6th to 8th November. Ravi Prakash, who is a PhD scholar from Indian Council of Agricultural Research, National Dairy Research Institute, has bagged the first position for inventing an affordable, indigenously designed milk chilling unit for small to marginal rural dairy farmers. Keys to remember: Indian PhD scholar Ravi Prakash have received the first prize at BRICS Young Scientist Forum's conclave in Brazil. Related keys. The third BRICS USF Young Scientist Forum held from June 25th to 29th. The third BRICS USF theme Building BRICS Youth Leadership Through Science, Technology and Innovation. Next, let us see science and tech updates. National Aeronautics and Space Administration has renamed a distant space rock Ultima Thule to Arrokoth. It is the farthest comet body ever visited by a spacecraft. Arrokoth or sky is a name of Native American Powhatan language. Keys to remember: NASA has renamed the distant space rock Ultima Thule to Arrokoth. Arrokoth is the farthest comet body ever visited by a spacecraft. Related keys: NASA founded on 29th July 1958. NASA headquarters, Washington, D.C., United States. Next, let us see appointments. G. Kamala Vardhana Rao, IAS Officer 1990 batch, Kerala cadre, has joined as the Chairman and Managing Director of India Tourism Development Corporation. Prior to assuming the office at ITDC, Rao was designated as the Principal Secretary, Government of Kerala. Rao also served as the Secretary of Kerala Tourism in the year 2014 to 15. Keys to remember: the IAS officer of 1990 batch G. Kamala Vardhana Rao has been joined as the Chairman and Managing Director of India Tourism Development Corporation. Related keys: India Tourism Development Corporation founded on 1966. India Tourism Development Corporation Headquarters, New Delhi, India. Next, let us see words of the day. Nascent, just coming into existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. Similar words: budding, developing, growing. Antonyms: mature, old. Next word: nickel. Cause slight but persistent annoyance, discomfort. Similar words: trouble, bother, worry. Antonyms: applaud, comment, compliment, praise. Next, date 16th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. Gujarat government announced a special rupees 700 crore relief package. Around 4 lakh farmers will benefit from the relief. Farmers covered under the crop insurance scheme will get the assistance of rupees 13,500 per acre of irrigated land in cases where crop damage is in excess of 33%. The assistance to farmers of unirrigated land will be rupees 6,800 per acre. Keys to remember: Gujarat government have announced the relief package cost rupees 700 crore. With this package, around 4 lakh farmers will be benefited. Related keys: Gujarat literacy 78.3%. Gujarat is the 5th largest Indian state by area and the 9th largest state by population. Next, let us see international news update. Bangladesh has topped the business bribery risk in South Asia according to the Trace Bribery Matrix. Bangladesh has the highest business bribery risk among South Asian portals according to the annual ranking for 200 countries. Bangladesh has been placed at 178th position among 200 countries in terms of business bribery risk. Overall, New Zealand, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and Finland presented the lowest bribery risk. Keys to remember: According to the Trace Bravery Matrix, Bangladesh has topped the business bravery risk in South Asia. Bangladesh has been put up in the 178th position among 200 countries. Related keys: Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Bangladesh capital Dhaka. Next, let us see appointments. Senior IAS officer Nilam Saune has been appointed as the new Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. An order was issued by General Administration Department appointing Saune, a 1984 batch Indian Administrative Service officer, to the top post. Saune is the first woman Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. Keys to remember: Nilam Saune has been appointed as the new Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. She is the first woman Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. Related keys: Andhra Pradesh literacy rate 67.41%. Andhra Pradesh has the second longest coastline among the states of India. Next, let us see banking news update. The Competition Commission of India has approved the merger of BNP Paribas Mutual Fund and the Baroda Mutual Fund under the Competition Act 2002. The strategic alliance would allow both the companies to leverage each other's strength to offer products specially designed for retail and institutional clients in India. Keys to remember: BNPP Mutual Fund and the Baroda Mutual Fund have got the approved from Competition Commission of India to merge. This approval is given under the Act 2002. Related keys: Competition Commission of India founded 14th October 2003. Competition Commission of India headquarters New Delhi. Next, let us see sports news updates. The Punjab government will host 2019 Kabaddi World Cup from December 1st to 9th. This year tournament would be dedicated to 550th birth anniversary of Sikh Guru Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Things to remember: 2019 Kabaddi World Cup will be hosted by Punjab government from December 1st to 9th. Related keys: Punjab Governor VP Singh, Punjab literacy 76.68%. Next, let us see words of the day. Outlandish, looking or sounding bizarre or unfamiliar. Similar words: weird, freakish. Antonyms: ordinary, commonplace. Next word: oasis, a fertile spot in a desert where water is found. Similar words: watering hole, spring. Antonyms: droughty, aridity. Next.
Date 17th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The 6th National Summit on Good, Replicable Practices and Innovations was held in New Delhi on 16th November 2019. It was inaugurated by Dr. Harsh Vardhan, Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare. Keys to remember: the 6th National Summit on Good, Replicable Practices and Innovations was held in New Delhi on 16th November 2019. Related keys: the summit creates a platform to share the knowledge within the districts. It aims to transmit the knowledge and ideas to the districts level health workers, functionaries. Next news. National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement was launched in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. It was inaugurated by Commissioner Secretary, School Education Department, Sarida Chauhan. Keys to remember: National Initiative for School Heads and Teachers Holistic Advancement was launched in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Related keys. NISHTHA is a national mission that aims to improve learning outcomes at elementary level through integrated teacher training. Next, let us see international news updates. The 5th edition of the Daga International Folk Festival was held at Bangladesh Army Stadium, Bangladesh. It was inaugurated by the Information Minister of Bangladesh, Dr. Hassan Mohammed. More than 200 artists from 6 countries performed in the largest folk festival in Asia. The event was held from 14th to 16th November 2019. Keys to remember. The 5th edition of the Daga International Folk Festival was held at Bangladesh Army Stadium, Bangladesh. Related keys. The event included performances of artists of Bhagna Nrityadal, a prominent dance troupe from Bangladesh, Tola Mehendi from India, Sahang Alam Sarkar from Bangladesh, and Georgian folk band Twin Purabi performed on the program. Next news. 5 students from India won prizes at Oxford Big Read Asia Prize at the Asia level. Among the 5 students, 4 were from Nagpur while 1 from Madurai. A total of 6,000 submissions from schools from China, Malaysia, Pakistan and India participated in the competition. This competition provides students with an opportunity to augment the ambit of their reading and also demonstrate their literary and creative skills. Keys to remember. 5 students from India won prizes at Oxford Big Read Asia Prize at the Asia level. Next, let us see science and tech updates. Syska Group launched an antibacterial LED bulb Bactic Glow SSK BAB 9W bulb. The bulb is made with microbial disinfection properties that electrocute harmful bacteria present in a room. Aim. Syska aims to offer products that are convenient, affordable and reflect their evolving needs and preferences. Keys to remember. Syska Group launched an antibacterial LED bulb Bactic Glow SSK BAB 9W bulb. Next, let us see important days. National Epilepsy Day is observed on 17th November every year. The day aims to create awareness about epilepsy, its causes and treatment. Seminars, debates and other events are organized to educate people about epilepsy disease and its treatment methods. Keys to remember. National Epilepsy Day is observed on 17th November every year. The day aims to create awareness about epilepsy, its causes and treatment.
Next.
Date 18th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The Uttarakhand state government started the virtual classroom project, an online method of teaching, on 16th November. It was launched by Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Raut. He also inaugurated the first studio in Dehradun. The project was launched under the Information and Communication Technology Scheme of Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan in Uttarakhand. Keys to remember. The Uttarakhand state government started the virtual classroom project, an online method of teaching, on 16th November. It was launched by Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Raut. Related keys. This scheme aims to improve the effectiveness of schools measured in terms of equal opportunities for schooling and equitable learning outcomes. Next news. The 215th session of Rajya Sabha is to commence on 18th November 2019. As a part of the observation, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu released a publication that details the journey of the upper house since its first sitting in May 1952. Keys to remember. The 25th session of Rajya Sabha is to commence on 18th November 2019. As a part of the observation, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu released a publication that details the journey of the upper house since its first sitting in May 1952. Related keys. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu, Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh Narayana Singh, Rajya Sabha Leader of the House Thawar Chand Gehlot. Next, let us see international news updates. The 6th Asian Defence Ministers Meeting Plus was held in Bangkok, Thailand. Rajnath Singh held bilateral meetings with US Secretary of Defence Mark Esper, Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand, General Pravit Vongashwan, Defence Minister of Japan Tarragona, Defence Minister of Australia Linda Reynolds, and Defence Minister of New Zealand Ren Mark on the silence of the meeting. Keys to remember. The 6th Asian Defence Ministers Meeting Plus was held in Bangkok, Thailand. Rajnath Singh held bilateral meetings with US Secretary of Defence Mark Esper, Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand, General Pravit Vongashwan, Defence Minister of Japan Tarragona, Defence Minister of Australia Linda Reynolds, and Defence Minister of New Zealand Ren Mark on the silence of the meeting. Next news. Gotabaya Rajapaksa won the Sri Lankan presidential election. Gotabaya Rajapaksa fought against ruling party candidate Sajith Premadasa. Sri Lanka's Election Commission released the final result. As per the result, Rajapaksa secured victory with 52.25% of the vote. Keys to remember. Gotabaya Rajapaksa won the Sri Lankan presidential election. Gotabaya Rajapaksa fought against ruling party candidate Sajith Premadasa. Related keys. President Matripala Srisena, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Currency Sri Lankan Rupee, Capital Sri Jayawardenapura Kotte. Next, let us see banking and finance news updates. The World Bank has submitted a master plan to develop logistics infrastructure of Kolkata metropolitan area. The bank is to invest $300 million in the project. The government entities participating in the deal includes CII and the West Bengal Industrial Development Corporation. The aim of the project is to improve competitiveness, increase employment. Keys to remember. The World Bank has submitted a master plan to develop logistics infrastructure of Kolkata metropolitan area. The bank is to invest $300 million in the project. Related keys. The West Bengal government has increased its infrastructure spending by 5 times in 2019 as compared to 2011. The warehousing in the state has increased by 191%. Next, let us see sports news updates. Indian Patler Harmeet Desai won men's singles title at International Table Tennis Federation Challenge. Indonesia Open 2019 Table Tennis Tournament held at Batam, Indonesia. This was Harmeet's first title on foreign soil and overall second international title of the year, after he had won Commonwealth Championship in July 2019 held in Cuttack, Odisha. Keys to remember. Indian Patler Harmeet Desai won men's singles title at International Table Tennis Federation Challenge. Indonesia Open 2019 Table Tennis Tournament held at Batam, Indonesia. Next, let us see words of the day. Crux. The decisive or most important point at issue. Similar words: essence, central idea or point. Antonyms: triva. Next words: imbroglio, an extremely confused, complicated or embarrassing situation. Synonym: complication, predicament, polite, muddle. Antonyms: simplicity, easy.
Next, date 19th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Government of India has decided to extend the visa on arrival facility to nationals of the United Arab Emirates. Visa on arrival is available to UAE nationals for a period of up to 60 days with double entry for business, tourism, conference, and medical purpose. This facility is available at six designated international airports, namely Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Mumbai. Keys to remember: India has decided to extend the visa on arrival facility to UAE. This visa on arrival facility will be valid for the period of up to 60 days with double entry for business, tourism, conference, and medical purpose. Related keys: United Arab Emirates President Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. United Arab Emirates oil and natural gas reserves are the seventh largest in the world. Next news: Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has inaugurated North India's first sugar mill which will produce ethanol direct from sugarcane. The mill was inaugurated in Pipraj area of Gorakhpur on Sunday. Keys to remember: North India's first sugar mill, which will produce ethanol directly from sugarcane, was inaugurated by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. Related keys: Uttar Pradesh capital Lucknow. Uttar Pradesh literacy 67.68%. Next news: the plenary meeting of Kimberley Process Certification Scheme is to be hosted by India between November 18th to November 22nd, 2019. The event is hosted by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The meeting is held annually to make sure that the trade of diamonds is conflict free. Keys to remember: India to host the plenary meeting of Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. The meeting will be held from November 18th to 22nd, 2019. Related keys: Kimberley Process Certification Scheme established in 2003. Kimberley Process Certification Scheme's current chairhead is India. Next, let us see appointments. Justice Sharat Arvind Bobde was sworn in as the 47th Chief Justice of India on November 18. The oath of the office was administered to him by President Ramnath Kovind at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Keys to remember: Justice Sharat Arvind Bobde was sworn as the 47th Chief Justice of India. Related keys: the Justice of India is the head of Judiciary of India and the Supreme Court of India. The CJI also head of their administrative functions. Next, let us see sports news updates. Indian women have clinched 5 gold while men bagged 2 silver at Asian Youth Boxing Championship in Mongolia. All 5 women finalists Naurin Chanu, Vinka, Sanamacha Chanu, Poonam and Sushma won gold for the country in phenomenal sweep. Among the men, Sele Soy and Ankit Narwal settled for the second place after going down in their respective summit clashes. Keys to remember: in the Asian Youth Boxing Championship, the Indian women have clinched 5 gold and men bagged 2 silver. Next, let us see words of the day. Palliative. relieving pain without dealing with the cause of the condition. Similar words: soothing, alleviating. Antonyms: intensifying. Next word: paragon, a person or a thing regarded as the perfect example of the particular quality. Similar words: idle, exemplar. Antonyms: flaw, imperfection, worst. Next, date 20th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. Niti Aayog today advocated for the healthcare system for the middle class, which is still not covered under any public healthcare system. The healthcare system would exclude those covered under the newly launched Ayushman Bharat scheme that mainly caters to the bottom 40% population of the country. Is to remember, Niti Aayog advocated for the middle class who didn't cover up under the any healthcare system. Niti Aayog formed 1st January 2015. Niti Aayog headquarters Delhi. Next news. Union government on Monday announced Bharatiya Poshan Krishi Kosh, which is a repository of diverse crops across 128 agroclimatic zones for the better nutritional outcomes. The Kosh aims at reducing malnutrition through a multi-sectoral results-based framework, including agriculture among women and children across the country. Keys to remember: Bharatiya Poshan Krishi Kosh, which is a repository of diverse crops, was introduced by Union government. This Kosh aims at reducing malnutrition through multi-sectoral result-based frameworks. Next news. State-run Indian Oil Corporation Limited launched a special winter-grade diesel that remains unfrozen up to minus 33 degrees Celsius. The fuel would help to provide year-round access to snow-capped border region and is a part of India's efforts to speed up strategic road connectivity. Is to remember, the winter-grade diesel that remains unfrozen up to minus 33 degrees Celsius was launched by Indian Oil Corporation Limited. This diesel would help the year-round access to the snow-capped borders of regions. Related keys: Indian Oil Corporation Limited founded 30th June 1959. Indian Oil Corporation Limited headquarters New Delhi. Next news. The earnings from internet ticketing service of IRCTC Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation increased by 80.8% between the period of April 2019 and September 2019. The earnings in the 4-month period is Rs 199.3 crores. Please to remember, the earnings of Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation have increased by 80.8% due to internet ticketing services. Related keys: the IRCTC is one of the mini Ratna companies of India. It is subsidiary of Indian Railways. The mini Ratna status is provided to the public sector undertaking that satisfy the criteria. Next news. India was ranked 59th among 63 countries in the 2019 IMD World Talent Ranking released by International Institute for Management Development. This year, India slipped by 6 places as compared to 53rd rank in 2018 edition of this global annual list. India's poor performance was on account of low quality of life and expenditure on education. Keys to remember: in the report of IMD World Talent Ranking, India was ranked in 59th place among 63 countries. This ranking list was released by International Institute for Management Development. Related keys: International Institute for Management Development established on 1990. The International Institute for Management Development President Jean-Francois Manzoni. Next, let us see science and tech updates. The DRDO chief, Mr. G. Satish Reddy, recently announced that DRDO is to increase the range of Astra air-to-air missiles. India is one of the few countries to own a successful BMD ballistic missile defense program. Keys to remember: the chief of DRDO have announced that DRDO have increased the range of Astra air-to-air missile. About Astra. Astra is an all-weather air-to-air missile developed completely by DRDO. Astra is currently capable of engaging target up to a distance of 110 kilometers. It is integrated with Sukhoi Su-30 MKI aircrafts. Next, let us see words of the day. Queasy, nauseous, feeling sick. Similar words: bilious, uneasy. Antonyms: well, wholesome, untroubled. Next word: quorum, the minimum number of members of an assembly or society. Similar words: required number, attendance, plenum. Antonyms: disassembly. Next, date 21st November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. The Center and Asian Development Bank has signed an agreement to extend $91 million loan to modernize the Vijayanagar Channel irrigation systems and prepare river basin management plants in the Krishna River Basin. This is expected to improve the irrigation water use efficiency and contribute to improving sustainable water security in Karnataka. Keys to remember: to modernize the Vijayanagar Channel irrigation system and prepare river basin at Krishna River Basin, the ADB have signed a loan agreement of $91 million. Related keys: Asian Development Bank is a regional development bank established on 19th December 1966. In September, India and ADB signed $200 million loan agreement for upgrading roads in Maharashtra. Next news: Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai informed that Census 2021 will be conducted in 16 languages. During Census 2021, a mixed mode approach is being adopted for data collection. Census will be conducted in two phases: house listing and house census from April to September 2020 and population enumeration during February 9th to 28th, 2021. Keys to remember: the Union Minister Nityanand Rai have informed the Census 2021 will be conducted in 16 languages. Related keys: all census since 1951 were conducted under 1948 Census of India Act. The last census was held in 2011. Next news: the Government of India will expand the 3 years program Smart Safety Surveillance of WHO in the country. The expansion is being done to make sure that vaccines distributed under the Universal Immunization Program are safe and also to optimize post-marketing surveillance of priority drugs. Keys to remember: the Indian government have expanded 3 years program Smart Safety Surveillance of World Health Organization. This expansion will make sure that vaccines distributed under the Universal Immunization Programs are safe. Related keys: the key stockholder of 3 years program include Ministry of Health and Central Drug Standard Control Organization. The Government of India will also expand the coverage of PCV to all states by 2022 under 3S program. Next, let us see international news updates. Microsoft's India-born CEO Satya Nadella has grabbed the top spot in Fortune's Business Person of the Year 2019 list. Other Indian origin CEOs in the top 20 list are Mastercard CEO Ajay Banga, 8th spot, and Santa Clara, California based computer networking company Arista's head Jayashree Ulal, 18th spot. Keys to remember: the Indian born CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, have grabbed the top spot in Business Person of the Year 2019 ranking. Related keys: Microsoft founded on April 4, 1975. Microsoft founder Bill Gates, Paul Allen. Microsoft headquarters Redmond, Washington, United States. Next, let us see science and tech updates. Scientists at NASA have detected water vapor for the first time above the surface of Europa, a finding that supports the idea of a liquid water ocean sloshing beneath the miles thick ice shell of Jupiter's moon. Using the W.M. Keck Observatory in Hawaii, scientists were able to measure the water vapor. Keys to remember: the scientists of NASA were able to detect the water vapor for the first time above the surface of Europa, Jupiter's moon. Related keys: NASA formed on July 29, 1958. NASA headquarters, Washington, D.C., United States. Next, let us see words of the day. Ravage: cause severe and extensive damage to someone or something. Similar words: devastate, ruin, antonyms: conserve, preserve. Next word: rebellious, showing a desire to resist authority, control, or convention. Similar words: defiant, disobedient. Antonym: obedient. Next, date 22nd November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. On November 21st, 2019, the Union Cabinet approved the introduction of Industrial Relation Code 2019. This is the third code under the labor's form. Under the new code, 44 laws are to be amalgamated into 4 codes. The 4 codes include wage rates, social security, industrial relation and industrial security, and labor welfare. Keys to remember: the Union Cabinet approved the introduction of Industrial Relation Code 2019. 44 laws are to be amalgamated into 4 codes under this law. Related keys: the code intends to simplify and rationalize the Trade Union Act 1926, Industrial Dispute Act 1947, Industrial Employment Act 1946. The Economic Survey 2018 highlighted that labor reforms in Rajasthan increased growth rate of frames. Next news: University Grants Commission UGC has issued circular to Higher Educational Institute to celebrate Constitution Day on 26th of November. On this day in 1949, the Constitution was adopted, which came into force on 26th January 1950. Keys to remember: UGC have issued a circular to higher educational institution to celebrate Constitution Day on 26th of November. Related keys: UGC founded on 1956. UGC headquarters, New Delhi. Next, let us see international news updates. The National Investigation Agency will host the first counter-terrorism exercise between November 21st, 2019 and November 22nd, 2019. The CTTTX counter-terrorism tabletop exercise will exercise the Quad countries, namely India, Japan, US, and Australia. Keys to remember: counter-terrorism exercise will be hosted by National Investigation Agency from November 21st to 22nd. Related keys: the dialogue between the four countries was initiated in 2007 by the Japanese President Shinzo Abe. Next news: the annual report by the Sydney based Institute for Economics and Peace states that the country most affected by terrorism in 2018 was Afghanistan, displacing Iraq. Iraq, now at the second place, is followed by Nigeria, Syria, Pakistan, and Somalia in that order. India at seventh place in a global think tank's list of countries most affected by terrorism. Keys to remember: the Institute for Economics and Peace have released the annual report of most affected country by terrorism in 2018. This list was topped by Afghanistan followed by Iraq. Related news: since 2015, IEP has been an active member of the UN Global Compact Expert Group. Institute for Economics and Peace chaired by Steve Kililia. Next, let us see science and tech updates. The Defense Research and Development Organization has allowed free access to its 450 patents. The organization intends to provide a boost to domestic industries, especially startups and the strategic sector that has a network of 50 national laboratories that are involved in research and development. The DRDO, operating under the Ministry of Defense, will offer complete access to its patents without charging a royalty fees or licensing fees. Keys to remember: to boost the domestic industries, especially startups and the strategic sector, DRDO have allowed a free access to its 450 patents. Related keys: DRDO founded 1958. DRDO Minister responsible Rajnath Singh, Minister of Defense. Next, let us see economy news updates. The government has approved the sale of its stock in 5 central public sector enterprises. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs (CCEA) gave its nod to strategic disinvestment in Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, Shipping Corporation of India, Container Corporation of India, Northeast Electric Power Corporation Limited, and Tiri Hydro Development Corporation India Limited. Keys to remember: the government have approved the sale of its stock to its 5 central public sector enterprises, which includes Bharat Petroleum Corporation, Shipping Corporation of India, Container Corporation of India, Northeastern Electric Power Corporation Limited, and Terry Hydro Development Corporation India Limited. Next, let us see words. Subdue, overcome, quieten, or bring under control. Similar words: conquer, defeat. Antonyms: liberate, aggravate. Next word: satiate, satisfied to the full. Similar words: sate, slake. Antonyms: deprive, dissatisfy. Next, date 23rd November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. Software giant Microsoft has launched its K-12 education transformation framework to facilitate comprehensive digital transformation of schools in India. So far, this framework model has been adopted by education leaders in more than 50 countries. Keys to remember: Microsoft have launched its K-12 education transformation framework in the schools of India. So far, this digital transformation was adopted by education leaders in more than 50 countries. Related keys: Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. In 2016, Microsoft was the world's largest software maker by revenue. Next news: Indian Veterinary Research Institute on November 21, 2019 confirmed that a neuromuscular illness called avian botulism is the reason for mass mortality of migratory birds in Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. The doctors say that the birds were suffering from avian botulism that was caused due to the toxin produced by bacterial strain. Is to remember, the doctors of IVRI have reported that neuromuscular illness called avian botulism is the reason of mortality of migratory birds. Related case, Clostridium botulinum is the bacteria that produce dangerous toxin when the oxygen conditions are low. They lead to muscular paralysis, blocking nerves function. Homemade, fermented, and preserved food are common source of foodborne botulism. Next, let us see international news update. Oxford Dictionaries has declared climate emergency the word of the year 2019, following a hundredfold increase in usage that it says demonstrated a greater immediacy in the way we talk about the climate. Please to remember, climate emergency is a word declared by the Oxford Dictionary as the word of the year 2019. It says the word has the greater immediacy in the way when we talk about the climate. Related keys, Oxford Dictionary originally published in 1st February 1884. The first electronic version of the dictionary was made available in 1988. Next, let us see science and tech updates. NASA unveils an early version of its first all-electric experimental aircraft, the X-57 Maxwell. Adopted from an Italian-made tech name P2006T twin-engine propeller plane, the X-57 has been under development since 2015. The target of the agency is to fly this aeroplane in late 2020. Keys to remember, NASA has unveiled its first all-electric experimental aircraft X-57 Maxwell. The development of this aircraft is being held from 2015. It is targeted to fly this aircraft by 2020. Related keys, NASA founded 29th July 1958. NASA administered by Jim Bridenstine. Next, let us see appointments. Lieutenant Shivangi become first woman pilot of Indian Navy, will join naval operations. She will join after the naval operations on completion of operational training at Southern Naval Command in Kochi, Kerala on December 2, 2019, 2 days ahead of Navy Day, observed on December 4th. Keys to remember, Shivangi has become the first woman pilot of Indian Navy. She will be joining in naval operations on completion of operational training. Related keys, she was inducted in Indian Navy as Short Service Commission SSC pilot as a part of 27 NOC course in Indian Naval Academy. Next, let us see economy news updates. Union government will launch India's first fixed income exchange traded fund, compromising the debt securities of large central public sector enterprises by mid-December 2019. This will compromise only AAA rated paper of the PSU companies. It is expected to have a size of Rs 15,000 crore to 20,000 crore. Please to remember, India's first fixed income exchange trade fund was launched by Union government. This would compromise the debt security of large central public sectors. It is expected to have the size of 50,000 crore to 20,000 crore. Next, let us see words of the day. Temerity, excessive confidence or boldness. Similar words, boldness, nerve, effrontery. Antonyms: shyness, bashfulness. Next word: thrive, grow or develop well or vigorously. Similar word: flourish, prosper. Antonyms: decline, fail, stagnate. Next,
Date 24th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. Indian Army on November 23, 2019 commemorated the Punchling Up Day. The event was organized to pay tribute to the soldiers who sacrificed their life defending Punch during the conflict in 1948. Keys to remember: Indian Army commemorated the Punchling Up Day on 23rd November 2019. Related keys: the 1947 war, also called the First Kashmir War, it was the first of the four wars fought between India and Pakistan. Pakistan, after a few weeks of its independence, launched the Lakshar Tribe Wars with the intention of capturing Kashmir. Next news. Government of India has set a target of providing broadband connectivity to 2 lakh Grama Panchayats by March 2020. So far, that is since 7th November 2019, over 1,28,000 Grama Panchayats have already been connected. The project is being implemented under the Bharat Net project. Keys to remember: Government of India has set a target of providing broadband connectivity to 2 lakh Grama Panchayats by March 2020. The project is being implemented under the Bharat Net project. Related keys: the Bharat Net project was launched in 2017. The main aim of the project is to provide affordable broadband connectivity at a speed of 2 megabit per second to 20 megabit per second for all. The first phase of the project was completed in December 2017 that provided broadband connectivity to 1 lakh Grama Panchayat. Next news. Rajnath Singh inaugurated the 172nd Defence Pensioners Sadaqat in Uttar Pradesh capital Lucknow, becoming the first Raksha Mantri to be a part of the event. The two-day Defence Pensioners Sadaqat aims at redressal of related pension grievances of veterans of armed forces and their next of kin residing in all districts of Uttar Pradesh. Keys to remember: Rajnath Singh inaugurated the 172nd Defence Pensioners Sadaqat in Uttar Pradesh capital Lucknow. Next news. The 50th Annual Conference of Governors began with an inaugural session at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. 17 first-time governors and lieutenant governors of the newly formed union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh are participating in the conference. The 50th edition of the conference to evaluate the achievements and outcomes of the past conferences. Keys to remember: the 50th Annual Conference of Governors began with an inaugural session at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Related keys: India celebrates the 75th anniversary of its independence in 2022 and the 100th anniversary in 2047. The role of the governor in bringing the administrative machinery closer to the people of the country. International news updates. All India Institute of Ayurveda signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Western Sydney University, Australia in New Delhi. The Memorandum of Understanding will promote collaboration in research and developing guidelines for integrating Ayurveda principles with modern medicine. Keys to remember: All India Institute of Ayurveda signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Western Sydney University, Australia. Related keys: India is a priority country among Australia's international partnership. The signed memorandum is another milestone in the history of the healthcare of industry. Next, sports news updates. Vijender Singh claims 12th successive professional win. The Ghanaian is an Olympian and won a bronze medal for his country in the 1998 Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur during his amateur days. Indian boxing star Vijender Singh for Ghana's former Commonwealth champion Charles Adamu claimed his 12th successive win and ensured that his 4-year unbeaten streak in the professional circuit. Keys to remember. Vijender Singh claims 12th successive professional win. The Ghanaian is an Olympian and won a bronze medal for his country in the 1998. Next, see the words of the day. First one, foolhardy, recklessly bold or rash. Synonyms, careless, rash. Antonyms, wise, prudent. Next one, meticulous, showing great attention to detail. Synonyms, conscientious, diligent. Antonyms, careless, sloppy.
Next, date 25th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. The National Statistical Office conducted survey of persons with disabilities in the country between the period July 2018 and December 2018. The main objective of the survey is to estimate indicator of incidence and prevalence of disabilities, facilities available to the persons with disability, age at onset of disability, arrangement of regular caregiver, difficulties faced by the person with disabilities, out-of-pocket expenses. Keys to remember. The survey on persons with disability is conducted by the National Statistical Office. This survey aims to estimate the indicator of incidence and prevalence of disabilities and other parameter of disabilities. Related keys. Disability among male were higher than females. The unemployment rate among persons with disability was 4.2%. Next news. India's first largest biotechnology stakeholders conglomerate, the Global Bio India Summit 2019, concluded in New Delhi. The 3-day event was organized by the Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology, along with its public sector undertaking Bioindustry Research Assistance Council. Keys to remember. The 3-day event of India's first largest biotechnology stakeholder summit held in New Delhi. Next news. The Chief Minister N. Biren along with Union Minister of State of Tourism Prahlad Singh Patel inaugurated the 8th International Tourism Mart for Northeast Region at Hotel Imbal, Manipur. The Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, in association with Northeastern states, is organizing the International Tourism Mart at Imbal, Manipur from 23rd November to 25th November 2019. Keys to remember. The 8th International Tourism Mart for Northeast Region at Manipur Imbal was inaugurated by N. Biren and the Minister of Tourism Prahlad Singh Patel. Related keys. This is the second time when Manipur is hosting the International Tourism Mart. India has jumped in the World Travel and Tourism Index from 40th to 34th position in 2019. Next, let us see international news updates. The Chinese government has issued warning against the import of cattle and related products from India. The warning comes after India submitted its notification about lumpy skin disease virus in cattle of the World Organization of Animal Health. China does not officially import buffalo meat from India. However, a large quantity of buffalo get smuggled into China through roads and ports. Keys to remember. The Chinese government raised a warning against cattle and cattle products from India since India has submitted its notification about lumpy skin disease virus in cattle. Related keys: China capital Beijing, Chinese currency renminbi. Next, let us see science and tech updates. Scientists in CSIR Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology (CCM) in Hyderabad have demonstrated the role of a protein secretogen in increasing insulin action in obesity induced diabetics. SCGN works as a functional insulin binding protein with a therapeutic potential against diabetics. SCGN binds to insulin and protects it from various stresses, increase its stability and adds to its action. Keys to remember: the scientists at CSIR have demonstrated the role of protein SCGN in increasing insulin action. Related keys: CCMB Director Rakesh Mishra, CCMB established 1977. Next, let us see words of the day. Ubiquitous, present, appearing or found everywhere. Similar words: omnipresent, ever present. Antonyms: rare, scarce. Next word: umbrage, offense or annoyance. Similar words: bridle, be aggrieved. Antonyms: gratification, pleasure, satisfaction. Next, date 26th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. Chhattisgarh government announced that the state is set to have Guru Kasidas National Park in Kotiyar district as its fourth tiger reserve. This decision was taken in the 11th meeting of Chhattisgarh State Wildlife Board chaired by Chief Minister Bhupesh Pagal. The National Tiger Conservation Authority had approved to declare Guru Kasidas National Park as Tiger Reserve in 2014. Keys to remember: Chhattisgarh government have announced its fourth tiger reserve named Guru Kasidas National Park in Kotiyar district. Related keys: Tiger Reserve in Chhattisgarh. At present there are 3 tiger reserves in the state. Achankmar Tiger Reserve in Bilaspur, Udanti Sitandi Tiger Reserve in Gairabad, and Indravati Tiger Reserve in Bijapur district. Next news: Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched Fit India School grading system in schools across the country. The grading will be in 3 categories during the launch. PM Modi also appealed all schools to enroll the Fit India ranking system to make it a mass movement and spread awareness. He also urged students and teachers to participate in Fit India Week to be organized by as many as 22,000 Central Board of Secondary Education (CBSE) schools across the country. Keys to remember: our Prime Minister Modi have launched Fit India school grading system across the country. During the launch, our PM asked all the schools to enroll Fit India ranking system to make it a mass movement and spread awareness. Next news: the centre has extended a ban on Assam-based Bodo insurgent group National Democratic Front of Bodoland, citing that terrorist outfit has continued to indulge in its involvement in violent activities which includes killing, extortion and joining hands with anti-India forces. The NDFB was declared an outlawed outfit in 1990s. The ban has been extended every 5 years since then. Keys to remember: Assam government have extended the ban of NDFB again. This ban is initially proposed in the year 1990. Since then, it is extended for every 5 years. Related keys: the NDFB formed in 1986. Ministry of Home Affairs have extended the ban on NDFB is under the provision of subsection 1 of Section 3 of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. Next news. Senior Vidhan Sabha officially reported that Delhi Assembly will host the 10th edition of 3-day Commonwealth Youth Parliament event that starts on Monday 25th November 2019. In this statement, the Vidhan Sabha Secretariat said 47 participants from 24 countries are participating in this prestigious event. 11 participants are from India. Keys to remember. Senior Vidhan Sabha has officially reported that Delhi Assembly will host the Common Youth Parliament event starts from 25th November. Related keys. The 7th Common Youth Parliament was held in 2015 in Darwin, Australia. The 8th Commonwealth Youth Parliament was held in British Columbia, Canada in 2016. The 9th Commonwealth Youth Parliament was hosted by the states of Jersey in 2018. Next news. Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik inaugurated the 7-day long National Tribal Draft Mela 2019 in Bhubaneswar, Odisha on November 23, 2019. This is the 8th edition of the event. More than 240 tribal artisans from 18 states are participating in the Mela and will showcase handcrafted items. Keys to remember. Chief Minister of Odisha have inaugurated the 7-day long National Tribal Craft Mela 2019 at Bhubaneswar. Odisha Governor Ganeshi Lal. Odisha literacy 73.45%. Next, let us see sports news updates. In wrestling, India concluded its campaign at Under 15 Asian Championship with 28 medals, including 13 gold, 14 silver and a bronze. Led by 2019 Cadet World Championship bronze medalist Deepak Chahal. For the first time, India finished on the top of the team ranking in freestyle category with 225 points. Kazakhstan finished second while Japan was third. Keys to remember. In Under 15 Asian Championship, India have concluded with 28 medals, which includes 13 gold, 14 silver and a bronze. India tops the ranking board while followed by Kazakhstan in second place and Japan in third place. Next, let us see words of the day. Vacuous, having or showing a lack of thought or intelligence, mindless. Similar words. Blank, expressionless, empty. Antonyms. Expressive, meaningful, intelligent. Next word. Vague, lacking clarity. Similar words. Indefinite, indeterminate, unclear. Antonyms. Clear, precise. Next. Date 27th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. The Child Rights and You recently released a report how vulnerable are children in India to crime. The report was based on the analysis of National Crime Records Bureau for 2016 to 17. The report says that the state of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh topped the list of states for crime against children. There were over 19,000 cases in both the states. Keys to remember. The Child Right and You have recently released a report named How Vulnerable Are Children in India to Crime. According to this report, the states Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh have topped the list of the states for crime against children. Next news. India aims to conduct a unique naval exercise for which an invitation has been extended to 41 countries who are otherwise unlikely partners. The naval exercise Milan 2020 is scheduled to be held at Visakhapatnam in March 2020, in which 41 countries have been invited. Keys to remember. 41 countries have been invited for the naval exercise Milan 2020, which will be held in Visakhapatnam. Related keys. Milan is the multilateral naval exercise hosted by Indian Navy under the aegis of Andaman and Nicobar Command. Milan was first held in 1995. The most recent edition of Milan was held at Port Blair from 6th to 13th March 2018. Next news. The Inter-Ministerial Approval Committee chaired by Minister of Food Processing Shri Hasamrat Kaur has sanctioned Rs 271 crore for the CEF PPC scheme, Creation Expansion of Food Processing and Preservation Capacity Scheme. The aim of the scheme is to create direct employment that will help in achieving India's goal of doubling farmers' income by 2022. Please to remember, Shri Hasamrat Kaur, the Minister of Food Processing, have sanctioned 271 crore for creation, expansion of food processing and preservation capacity scheme. Related keys. PM Kris Sambada Yojana is being implemented by Ministry of Food Processing. Under the scheme, the subsidies are provided in terms of grants in aid that ranges between 35% and 75% according to the project. Next news, Uttar Pradesh government has launched a 3-day campaign against Filaria as Government of India has set a target of eradicating Filaria completely by 2021. The campaign began on November 25, 2019 and is to run till December 10, 2019. The campaign will cover 47 districts and will aim at eradicating Filaria from Uttar Pradesh. Keys to remember, the 3-day campaign against Filaria was conducted by Uttar Pradesh government from November 25th to December 10th, 2019. As our Government of India have set a target of eradicating Filaria completely by 2021, Uttar Pradesh government have took this initiative in 47 districts. Related keys, Filaria is spread through Culex fatigans female mosquitoes. This disease is caused by Filaridia type of roundworms. In June 2018, India hosted the Global Alliance to Eliminate Filariasis. The meeting was held in New Delhi. Next, let us see international news updates. The last surviving Sumatran rhino in Malaysia, Iman, died in Borneo Rhino Sanctuary. The rhino died of cancer, with the Sumatran rhino have become extinct in Malaysia. Iman was captured in 2014 from Downum Valley in Malaysia. Keys to remember, the last surviving Sumatran rhino in Malaysia have died due to cancer. Related keys. Sumatran rhino are the smallest of 5 extant rhino species in the world. The International Union Conservation of Nature Red List have put the Sumatran rhino in critically endangered category. Next, let us see words of the day. Wrangle, a dispute or argument, typically one that is long and complicated. Similar words, disagreement, quarrel. Antonyms, agree. Next word, waggish, humorous in a playful or mischievous manner. Similar words, playful, roguish. Antonyms, sober, staid. Next, date 28th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Parliament has passed National Institute of Design Amendment Bill 2019, with the Lok Sabha approving it on 26th November 2019. This bill was already passed by Lok Sabha on 6th August 2019. Now it is placed before President to seek his assent before it becomes a law. The bill also seeks the declaration of 4 National Institute of Design as institution of national importance. Keys to remember, Lok Sabha have approved the Parliament Bill passed on National Institute of Design Amendment Bill 2019. This bill was already approved by Rajya Sabha on 6th August 2019. It now seeks the approval from our President. Related keys, These institutes are registered as societies under Societies Registration Act 1860. Next news. The Centre for Water Resource Development and Management operating under the Government of Kerala has launched Water for Change. Under this project, 6 prominent institutions from Netherlands will perform a long-term research and field-level action on urban water management systems along with Indian scientists. The project will bring solution for water problems in the cities of Kozhikode, Simla, Burj and Bhopal. Keys to remember: CWRDM under the Government of Kerala have launched Water for Change. Under this, 6 prominent institutions from Netherlands will perform a long-term research with Indian scientists. Related keys: CWRDM is a premier R&D institution in the water sector established by Government of Kerala under its Science and Technology Policy in February 1978. CWRDM has substantially contributed to the scientific hydrologic studies and water management in the region. Next news. Union Cabinet has approved the Memorandum of Understanding signed between India and Myanmar on bilateral cooperation for prevention of trafficking in persons, rescue, recovery, repatriation, and reintegration of victims of trafficking. The cabinet was chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Keys to remember: India and Myanmar have signed a Memorandum of Understanding on prevention of trafficking in person. This cabinet was chaired by our Prime Minister. Related keys: Myanmar currency Burmese kyat, Myanmar President Win Myint. Next news. Parliament has passed the Transgender Persons Bill 2019 with Rajya Sabha approving it by a voice vote on 26th November 2019. The bill was already passed by 17th Lok Sabha on 5th August 2019. Now the bill waits for the presidential approval. Please to remember, our Parliament have passed Transgender Person Protection of Rights Bill 2019 in Rajya Sabha. Now the bill is waiting for the presidential approval. Related case: as per the present bill, the punishment for sexual abuse of transgender is 6 months to 2 years. However, many agree that the duration of the punishment must be increased for sexual abuse. Next, let us see international news updates. Israel-India Conference on Water aim is to strengthen India-Israel cooperation on water and sewage areas. The conference will be attended by Israel Energy Minister Dr. Yuval Stenitz and Indian Federal Minister of Water Mr. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Water Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh states, as well as government and water companies from Israel and India interested in collaboration. Keys to remember: India and Israel is in Conference on Water which aims to strengthen India-Israel cooperation on water and sewage areas. Related keys: Israel President Reuven Rivlin, Israel capital Jerusalem. Next, let us see words of the day. Xenial, used to describe a friendly relationship between two parties. Similar words: Mati, Pali. Antonyms: unfriendly. Next word: yearning, a feeling of intense longing for something. Similar words: longing, craving, desire. Antonyms: aversion, disfavor. Next, date 29th November 2019. Let us start with national news updates. The 2019 Global Diplomacy Index was released by Sydney-based Lowy Institute. The index gives the latest statistics and marking about how the world's diplomatic networks are expanding and, in certain cases, shrinking. The index ranked 61 countries across the world. China has now more diplomatic posts across the world than United States in 2019. India was ranked 12th among the 61 countries. Keys to remember: the Sydney-based Lowy Institute have released Global Diplomacy Index Report 2019. According to the report, China is being more diplomatic than US in 2019. And in this report, India was ranked in 12th place among 61 countries. Related case: the Lowy Institute Global Diplomacy Index visualizes the diplomatic network of all G20 and OECD nations. The index identifies almost 6,000 diplomatic posts in around 660 cities. Next news: Home Minister Amit Shah will be reaching Lucknow to address the valedictory session of 47th All India Police Science Congress. The two-day event was inaugurated by Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry and retired IPS officer Kiran Bedi. Case to remember: the 47th All India Police Congress will be addressed by Home Minister Amit Shah. This two-day event will be inaugurated by Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry and retired IPS officer Kiran Bedi. Related case: the first AIPSC was held at Patna in 1960. The 46th Congress was successfully organized by Himachal Pradesh Police in collaboration with BPR&D at Simla on 22nd and 23rd March 2018. Next, let us see international news updates. US President Donald Trump has signed two bills into law supporting the Hong Kong protesters. The first one would require the State Department to certify once a year that Hong Kong is sufficiently autonomous to retain its special US trading consideration. Under the designation, the city is not subject to the tariffs that have been levied on China. Keys to remember: President Donald Trump have signed two bills into law supporting the Hong Kong protesters. According to this bill, the city will not be under the tariffs of China. Related case: China's capital, Beijing. China's largest city, Shanghai. Next, let us see banking news updates. The Reserve Bank of India on November 27, 2019 raised concerns over increasing bad loans from Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. RBI believes that there is an urgent need to monitor the loans sanctioned under Mudra Yojana. According to RBI, the percentage of Mudra loans were at 2.52% in 2017 to 18. It has now raised to 2.89% in 2018 to 19. It also says that the number of loans being sanctioned under the scheme has increased greatly. Keys to remember: RBI have raised a concern on the loan sanctioned under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. According to RBI, before the Mudra loans were 2.52%, but now it has raised to 2.89% in the year 2018 to 19. Related keys: RBI headquarters, Mumbai, Maharashtra. RBI established on 1st April 1935. Next, let us see awards. Defense Research and Development Organization Chairman G. Satish Reddy was awarded the Honorary Fellowship by the Royal Aeronautical Society of United Kingdom. The Aeronautical Society recognized contributions of Reddy towards indigenous design, development and development of diversified missile systems, aerospace vehicle, guided weapons and avionic technologies in India. Case to remember: The Royal Aeronautical Society of United Kingdom have awarded DRDO Chairman G. Satish Reddy with honorary fellowship. Related keys: DRDO formed 1958. DRDO headquarters DRDO Bhavan, New Delhi. Next, let us see words of the day. Acclimate, get used to a certain environment. Similar words: adapt, familiarize. Antonyms: misadjust. Next word: adroit, clever or skillful. Similar words: dexterous, talented. Antonyms: clumsy, incompetent. Next, date 30th November 2019. Let us begin with national news updates. Reliance Industry Limited has become the first Indian company to touch a market capitalization of rupees 10 lakh crore as its shares jumped to touch a record high of rupees 1581 per piece. It was lingering around the rupees 10 lakh crore market capitalization for several days before finally reaching the milestone. Reliance Industries shares again rose 0.70% in early trade to finally surpass rupees 10 lakh crore market capitalization. Keys to remember: Reliance Industries Limited have reached 10 lakh crore market capitalization and becomes the first Indian company to touch this milestone. Next news: the 3-day New Gen Mobility Summit 2019 was held in Manesar, Haryana from November 27 to 29, 2019. It was organized by International Center for Automotive Technology based on the theme Smart and Green Mobility to find alternative mobility solutions to the problem like pollution emanating from vehicular emissions. It was inaugurated by Union Minister of Road Transport and Highway Nitin Gadkari. Keys to remember: New Gen Mobility Summit 2019 was held from November 27th to 29th, 2019 at Manesar, Haryana. It is organized by International Center for Automotive Technology with the theme Smart and Green Mobility. Related keys: ICAT was established in 2006 at Manesar, Haryana. More than 2,500 participants and over 250 exhibitors from 14 countries apart from India are expected to take part in the summit. Next, let us see sports news updates. Indian archers Deepika Kumari and Ankita Bhagat won the gold and silver medals respectively in the women's individual recurve event of the 21st Asian Championships. Deepika defeated Ankita 6-0 in the one-sided final. The duo had earlier secured an individual Olympic quota for the country by storming into the semi-finals of the event. Keys to remember: in the 21st Asian Championships, Indian archers Deepika Kumari and Ankita Bhagat won gold and silver medals respectively. The duo have earlier secured an individual Olympic quota by storming in the semi-finals. Next, let us see appointments. H.R. Khan, former Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India, has been appointed as first Chairman of Steering Committee Panel on Code for Responsible Lending in Microcredit. Member of panel include P. Satish of Sadel, Sonia Krishnankuti of L&T Finance, Harsh Srivatsava of MFIN and Srinivas Bonam of Indus Land Bank among others. Keys to remember: H.R. Khan has been appointed as the Chairman of Steering Committee Panel on Code for Responsible Lending in Microcredit. He is a former Deputy Governor of RBI. Related keys: CRL was launched in September 2019. Code for Responsible Lending (CRL) is a self-regulatory step for microcredit industry, making diverse entities like bank, NBFC, MFIs, and NBFCs adhere to standard of customer protection. Next, let us see science and tech updates. Indian Navy test fired the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from the Navy's stealth destroyer INS Kochi. The supersonic missile successfully hit a decommissioned target ship in Arabian Sea. Moreover, the second ship of Project 15A Kolkata class guided missile destroyer test fired advanced missile during a naval drill in West Coast. Keys to remember: Indian Navy have test fired the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from the stealth destroyer INS Kochi. This missile have successfully hit a decommissioned target. Related keys: earlier BrahMos missile has been successfully test fired twice from INS Kolkata, one in June 2014 and February 2015. BrahMos supersonic missile has been jointly developed by India and Russia and has been in service with Indian Navy since 2005. Next, let us see words of the day. Pathetic describes something that's overly sentimental, gushy, and worst yet insincere. Similar words: anticlimactic, disappointing, disillusioning. Antonyms: unemotional, unmoved. Next word: befuddle, caused to become unable to think clearly. Similar words: confused, muddled. Antonyms: clear. To have a daily current affairs updates, subscribe to Vision Academy and don't forget to press the bell button below. And if you think the video is informative, like this video, share this video, comment below for the doubts.